Imagine sitting in a room full of people, conversations happening, alliances forming, emotions rising. And yet, there's one person in that room who isn't reacting like everyone else. He's not trying to impress. He's not trying to dominate. He's not even trying to be noticed. And still, somehow, he's the one controlling everything. No one realizes it in the moment. No one points at him and says, "He's manipulating us." Because the most dangerous kind of control is the one you never see. That's exactly how Ayanokoji operates. But here's the part most people completely miss. Ayanokoji doesn't control people through force, authority, or even obvious intelligence. He controls them through something far more subtle, far more psychological. And if you understand how he does it, you'll start to notice something uncomfortable. Most people aren't as free as they think they are. They're reacting, being influenced, being guided, without even realizing it. Today, we're breaking down exactly how Ayanokoji controls people without them noticing. The hidden psychology behind it, and how you can apply the same principles to gain control over your own life and your environment. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with a simple truth. Most people believe they are in control of their actions. They think their decisions are logical, independent, and intentional. But in reality, most human behavior is predictable. People react to emotions. They respond to pressure. They seek validation. They avoid discomfort. And the moment someone understands these patterns, they don't need to force control. Control happens naturally. That's where Ayanokoji is different. While everyone else is busy expressing themselves, reacting emotionally, trying to prove something, he's doing the exact opposite. He's observing. He watches how people talk, how they hesitate, how they respond under pressure. He notices the small details most people ignore: tone shifts, eye movements, timing. Because every reaction reveals something. When someone gets defensive, it shows insecurity. When someone tries too hard to impress, it shows a need for validation. When someone reacts emotionally, it shows where they can be influenced. And Ayanokoji collects all of it. Not to judge, not to react, but to understand. Because once you understand someone deeply enough, you don't need to control them directly. You just need to position things in a way where they control themselves. That's the first principle. He doesn't push people. He creates situations where they push themselves. Think about it like this. If you tell someone what to do, they resist. But if you make them believe it was their idea, they commit to it completely. That's the difference between influence and control. And Ayanokoji always chooses control. He rarely gives direct commands. Instead, he plants subtle ideas. A suggestion here, a question there, a small piece of information at the right time. And slowly, people start moving in the direction he wants. Not because they were forced, but because they think it's their own decision. This is what makes his method almost invisible, because people don't resist what they believe they chose. Now here's where it gets deeper. Most people try to control others by being dominant, loud, or aggressive. They think power comes from presence. But Ayanokoji understands something more dangerous. The less visible you are, the less people guard themselves around you. When someone appears harmless, quiet, or uninterested, people lower their defenses. They talk more. They reveal more. They underestimate. And that's exactly what Ayanokoji wants. Because the moment someone underestimates you, you gain an advantage they don't even know exists. He doesn't try to be the smartest person in the room. He lets others believe they are. He doesn't try to win every argument. He lets others feel like they've won. And while they're distracted by their own sense of control, he's already 10 steps ahead. This leads to the second principle. He controls perception, not reality, perception. Because people don't react to what is true. They react to what they believe is true. If someone believes they're in control, They act confidently. If someone believes they're winning, they take risks. If someone believes they understand the situation, they stop questioning it. And that's when they become predictable. Ayanokoji doesn't need to overpower people. He just needs to shape what they believe. And once belief is shaped, behavior follows. Now think about your own life. How many times have you made a decision because it felt right in the moment? How many times have you reacted emotionally without thinking about the long-term consequences? That's exactly how people get controlled, not through force, but through emotion. Which brings us to the third principle, emotional detachment. Ayanokoji doesn't let emotions control his decisions. Not anger, not attraction, not fear. And because of that, he operates on a completely different level. When someone insults him, he doesn't react. When someone tries to manipulate him, he notices. When someone creates pressure, he stays calm. This gives him something incredibly powerful. Clarity. While others are clouded by emotion, he sees the situation for what it really is, and clarity allows him to choose the best possible move every time. Here's the problem. Most people think controlling others is about what you say or do. But in reality, it starts with controlling yourself. Because if someone can control your emotions, they control your actions. If someone can trigger you, they can guide you. That's why Ayanokoji is so hard to manipulate. There's nothing to grab onto. No emotional reaction. No visible weakness. No urgency. And when people can't read you, they can't control you. Now here's something even more interesting. Ayanokoji doesn't rush. In a world where everyone is reacting instantly, replying instantly, deciding instantly, he slows everything down. And that alone gives him an advantage. Because most mistakes happen in moments of urgency. When people feel pressure, they stop thinking clearly. They rely on instinct instead of logic. But when you pause, even for a few seconds, you break that cycle. You create space between stimulus and response. And in that space is control. Ayanokoji uses this constantly. He waits, he observes, he calculates. And while others are busy reacting, he's choosing. That's the difference between being controlled and being in control. Now let's go even deeper. Ayanokoji understands that every person has a pattern, a way they think, a way they react, a way they make decisions. And once you identify that pattern, you can predict their behavior. For example, some people always choose comfort over challenge. Some people always seek approval. Some people avoid conflict at all costs. These patterns repeat again and again, and that makes people predictable. Ayanokoji studies these patterns. He doesn't just see what people do, he understands why they do it. And once you understand the why, you can influence the what. Because you're no longer reacting to actions, you're anticipating them. This is where control becomes almost effortless. You don't need to force outcomes, you just guide them. Now here's the part most people won't like. This level of awareness means accepting that people are easier to influence than they think, not because they're weak, but because they're human. Everyone has desires. Everyone has fears. Everyone has blind spots. And those blind spots are entry points. Ayanokoji doesn't exploit people randomly. He identifies exactly where influence will work and applies just enough pressure. Not too much, not too little, just enough. That precision is what makes his control so effective. Now let's bring this into reality. You don't need to manipulate people to become powerful. But you do need to understand how influence works. Because whether you realize it or not, you're already being influenced every day. By social media, by people around you, by environments designed to shape your behavior. The difference is, most people don't see it. And what you don't see controls you. So how do you apply Ayanokoji's method? It starts with awareness. Instead of reacting instantly, observe. When you feel triggered, pause. When you feel the urge to respond, question it. Ask yourself, is this my decision or my reaction? That alone will separate you from most people. Second, control your emotions, not by suppressing them, but by understanding them. Notice when you feel anger. Notice when you seek validation. Notice when you act out of impulse. Because awareness weakens automatic behavior. And the less automatic your reactions are, the harder you are to control. Third, study people. Not in a creepy or manipulative way, but in an observant way. Pay attention to patterns. Who gets emotional under pressure? Who seeks approval? Who avoids responsibility? The more you understand people, the less they confuse you. And the less they confuse you, the less power they have over you. Finally, become comfortable being underestimated. This is something most people struggle with. They want recognition. They want to be seen as strong, smart, important. But Ayanokoji does the opposite. He stays in the background. And because of that, people reveal themselves freely around him. They don't feel threatened. They don't feel observed. And that gives him access to information that others would never get. There's a quiet kind of power in that. Not loud, not flashy, but incredibly effective. At the end of the day, Ayanokoji teaches one powerful lesson. Control doesn't come from forcing others. It comes from understanding them and mastering yourself. Most people spend their lives reacting to emotions, reacting to situations, reacting to people. But the moment you stop reacting and start observing, everything changes. You think more clearly. You act more intentionally. You become harder to influence and easier to respect. And that's the real secret. Ayanokoji isn't powerful because he controls people. He's powerful because he's not controlled by them. And once you reach that level, you don't need to chase control anymore. It naturally comes to you.